Once upon a time, in a lush, enchanted forest called Whispering Willows, there lived a tiny fairy named Faith. Faith was no ordinary fairy. She had shimmering wings that sparkled like morning dew and a heart full of curiosity and kindness. But what made her truly special was her unwavering belief in the goodness of the world, even when things seemed dark. One sunny morning, as Faith flitted through the forest, she noticed a small ladybug struggling to free itself from a spider's web. Without hesitation, Faith flew over and gently used her magic to dissolve the sticky threads. The ladybug fluttered her wings and looked up at Faith with gratitude. "Thank you, kind fairy," the ladybug chirped. "My name is Joy, and I'm forever in your debt." Faith smiled warmly. "There's no need for debts, Joy. I'm just happy to help. Would you like to be friends?" Joy's tiny face lit up. "I'd love to. Friends it is." From that day on, Faith and Joy became inseparable. Joy, with her bright red wings and cheerful personality, was the perfect companion for Faith. Together, they explored every corner of Whispering Willows, from the sparkling Crystal Creek to the towering Glaushroom Grove. Joy loved riding on Faith's shoulder as they flew through the forest, her laughter ringing like tiny bells. One day, while playing near the edge of the forest, they stumbled upon a sad sight. A family of rabbits was huddled together, their fur dull and their eyes filled with worry. Faith landed softly beside them. "What's wrong?" she asked gently. The mother rabbit sighed. "The golden acorn, the source of our forest's magic, has been stolen. Without it, the plants are withering and the animals are growing weak. We don't know what to do." Faith's heart ached for the forest and its creatures. She turned to Joy, who nodded bravely. "We'll find the golden acorn and bring it back," Faith declared. Their journey led them deep into the forest, where they encountered all sorts of challenges. They crossed the murky marsh, where Joy's quick thinking helped them avoid sinking into the mud. They climbed the thorny thicket, where Faith's magic cleared a path through the sharp brambles. And they even faced the grumpy troll of Gloomy Gorge, who, after some convincing from Joy's infectious laughter, let them pass. Finally, they reached the dark hollow, where the mischievous shadow sprite had hidden the golden acorn. The sprite, a sly creature made of shadows and mist, cackled as they approached. "You'll never take the acorn from me," it hissed. But Faith stood tall, her wings glowing with determination. "This acorn doesn't belong to you. It belongs to the forest and all the creatures who depend on it." The shadow sprite lunged at them, but Joy had a plan. She flew in circles around the sprite, her bright red wings creating a dazzling pattern that confused it. While the sprite was distracted, Faith used her magic to summon a beam of light, which chased away the shadows and weakened the sprite. With a final burst of energy, Faith grabbed the golden acorn and held it high. The shadow sprites screeched and vanished into the darkness, defeated. Faith and Joy hurried back to the heart of the forest, where they placed the golden acorn in its rightful spot. Instantly, the forest came alive again. Flowers bloomed, trees stretched their branches, and the animals cheered with joy. The mother rabbit hopped over, her eyes shining with gratitude. You've saved us all. Thank you, Faith and Joy. Faith smiled and looked at her tiny friend. We couldn't have done it without each other. From that day on, Faith and Joy were known as the heroes of Whispering Willows. They continued to explore the forest, spreading kindness and laughter wherever they went. And though they faced many more adventures, they always remembered that with faith and joy, anything was possible. And so, the fairy and the ladybug lived happily ever after. Their friendship a shining example of the magic that comes from believing in each other and the world around them. The end.